Hey, what's up, guys? Whew, boy. I don't know how to describe this feeling I have about this fight, man. Or after this fight, it's weird. Like I don't have a word for it. Congrats to Mayweather. He won the fight. They got a 10th round stoppage. Conor was gassed and Conor was against the ropes and I threw him back. He was getting hit and Robert Byrd stopped the fight. He never went down. All right. Um, you know, I think I feel kind of dirty. I don't know. I don't know why, man. Well, I do know why. Um, Fact of the matter is, the way I see this, man, Connor had the deck stacked against him, man. And I'm not talking about Floyd and his skills, whatever, all that bullshit. In my opinion, Conor McGregor had a referee against him. He had three judges against him. You know, uh, he was in a situation where if he did not get a knockout, he was not going to win this fight, man. You know, plain and simple. And I will get into that in a second. But Conor McGregor, man, he has nothing to be ashamed of. The UFC and the MMA community have nothing to be ashamed of. They should all be proud. All three entities, man, should be proud. I'm proud of what this guy did. He went in against a 49-year-old boxer, and in his first fight. And in my opinion, I don't know what people are gonna say, and I don't care what people say. I know what I saw, and I know how I judged the fight. In my opinion, at the time of the stoppage, Conor McGregor was winning that fight. He was winning that fight by 1 point on my scorecard. He was winning that fight by 1 point on my scorecard, man. Some people might disagree. A lot of people might disagree. I don't know. But to all the people that was talking shit on this man, who wrote this man off, basically like this man never even had a fight in his life. Of course, this was his pro boxing debut, but this man is a pro fighter and one of the best fighters pound for pound in the world. You know, he is. And the way people talked about this fight and talked about this man, like he didn't know how to throw a punch, like he could not defend himself, like, you know, why did they make this fight? And during the fight, Bernstein's talking about, oh my goodness, he has a good jab, he can do this, he can do that. Well, no shit, man. He's the UFC lightweight champion of the world. The man can fight, okay? You know. So let's start from the beginning, okay? During the ref's instructions, Robert Byrd went on to the point to where he was getting booed by the crowd, man. This guy, instead of giving just some basic instructions, hurry up, get the hell out of the way, he is giving this speech to Conor. You know, he is talking about, this is a pro boxing match. And he is like looking over to the side at Conor. This is a pro boxing match. And when I say do this, you're going to do this. And there's not going to be none of this. There's not going to be none of that. You're professionals. I'm not going to wrestle with you. And all the whole time he's doing his whole spiel, he is looking over in Conor's direction, man. You know, he is looking at Conor. You know, he is not looking at Floyd. He is not turning his head toward Floyd. He is, you know, he is looking at Conor the whole time, giving him this whole speech about how this is pro boxing. I'm not gonna wrestle with you, fight you. You're gonna obey my commands. You know, it was ridiculous, man. So from the beginning, you know, the brother ref from California, who I criticized after the first Ward Kovalev fight, who I thought was biased towards Ward, in my opinion. The brother was biased towards Mayweather and the boxer. He is a boxing ref, and I kind of had this feeling about Robert Byrd going into the fight because I felt the way about him in the Ward Kovalev fight, man. You know, during the fight, you know, any little thing he could get on to Conor about, he got on to Conor about. While Floyd all night was turning his back and then wanting to whine when he was getting hit and shit. Floyd was in the clinch. He had his forearm and elbow in Conor's face, in Conor's throat. You know what I'm saying? Did not get warned one time for it. You know, he was Floyd was pushing off with the elbow and the forearm up in Conor's neck the whole night, man. You know, and And he admonished Conor for whatever little thing he could. But Floyd did that shit all night, man. And then later on in the fight, when Conor hurt Floyd, he gave him a break, calling it a low blow and shit. When Conor landed a great body shot, man. So the guy had the deck stacked against him, man. The judges at the end of the fight, the official judges, Guido Cavalieri, 89-81 for Mayweather, man. So that was what they gave. He gave him, I guess he gave him 8 of the 9 rounds that that had been scored. What was that about? I'm guessing that was that was 8 of the 9 rounds he gave Mayweather, man. Not the fight I saw. Burt Clements, 89-82 Mayweather. Dave Moretti, 87-83 Mayweather. Steve Farhood, who was being not so biased, and who was obviously hearing what his fellow commentators were saying. He only had Mayweather up by 1 point at the time of the stoppage, 86-85. I had it 87-86 for McGregor, man. And now let me go through my scorecard. And first, before I forget, let me tip my cap to the corner of Conor McGregor. Man, I was impressed with that shit they were wearing, man. These boys had on vests and ties. I never saw that shit in boxing before. I never saw corner men dressed like that. That classy look. I loved it. That shit was nice, man. That shit was original and it was nice. The green vest with the black ties and the white shirt. That was nice. That was impressive. I liked it. All right. Now, I started taking notes. I think at the end of the second round. Okay, so for the first 2 rounds, I have Floyd lose his first 2 rounds. He got countered with uppercuts coming in. Floyd hardly throwing. Conor more active. Conor standing ground. That's what it was. And throughout the fight, but especially at the beginning of the fight, man, whenever Conor would touch Floyd, you could hear the thud, man. The guy, you could hear the guy's power, man. He would hit Floyd, you could hear the thudding shots, man. My criticism of Conor, in this, and I don't know, but I don't know if it's the gloves, the trunks, I don't know what it was, but he just did not seem as fast as he normally is, man. He did not seem, just not as fast as he is in the UFC. He did not seem to have the same speed, and he just did not seem to be as sharp. He seemed to be like a bigger hulking guy. Definitely a guy in a higher weight class fight the guy in a lower weight class, more with his feet planted, throwing thudding shots. That was how I viewed Conor in this fight, instead of being fluid and fast. That's how I saw the guy. All right. In the third round, Floyd coming on with some body shots, throwing more, but Conor still took the round. I thought he still landed more shots in that round. Okay. In the fourth round, I gave it to Conor. So the first 4 rounds of the fight, Conor won 10-9 those rounds. All right. And the commentators pretty much agree with me on that. All right. The 5th round, I had even. Mayweather was making a comeback. It was an even round. 6th round, I gave to Mayweather. The 7th round, I gave to Mayweather. I have landed his most flush shots, had Conor reeling. All right. In the 8th, I scored it even, but I thought that could have been a McGregor round. I was being, I was trying to be more than fair to Floyd. I can't give you all the reasons why I thought that could have been a McGregor round. I think he landed more shots in that round. He was more effective, even though Floyd was doing good work too. But I scored it even. All right, just to be fair, be on the up and up. All right, round 9, Mayweather wins round. Mayweather gets gift from ref at the beginning of the round. Conor hurts him to the body, and ref gives Floyd a break, calling it low. Conor is gassed. All right, so at the beginning, at the beginning of the round, Conor did well. Came out straight to the middle of the ring and hurt Floyd with some shots. Had him going backwards, hit him with a body shot. Mayweather turned his back, and the brother, the ref, who's the boxing ref, who's favoring the boxer, admonishing Conor at any chance he could with his hammer fist shots, but he was doing a bit too much. He lucky he didn't get a point taken for that shit. Anything he could fuss at Conor about, don't clinch, don't do this, don't do that, while Mayweather, forearming and elbowing Conor up in the throat and shit. He hurts Mayweather, and he gives Mayweather a break. Yet once again in Mayweather's career, he catches a break, man. He gets hurt by Shane, and he holds on. He escapes. The round ends. He gets hit at the end of the fourth round by Maidana in the rematch. Gets hurt bad. The bell rings, so Maidana cannot capitalize. Zab Judah gets a knockdown on him. It does not get called a knockdown. And now in this fight, Conor lands a good, hurtful shot, hurts the guy, and Mayweather's turning his back and shit, and Conor can't get a good shot in. And while Conor trying to do his work, while Mayweather's hurt, the referee breaks the shit up, man. So Conor could not stay on Mayweather's ass. Bad, man, bad. So Mayweather once again in his career got a break, when he was hurt, man. All right, so clearly at the end of the ninth, Conor was gassed. All right, and I had Mayweather winning that round. And the 10th, ref not calling forearms on Floyd. Floyd gets stoppage. Conor gas tank his worst enemy. It was, man. Did Conor do too many 12-round sparring sessions? I heard them saying, I think maybe, I don't know if it was one day this week, at the end of last week, but it was recent where he had a 12-round sparring session, and he went 12 with Paulie, and I think he went 12 a few more times, man. He might have went too hard in training, man, with 12 rounds. Maybe she shouldn't have gone 12 rounds so many times, man. People, had figured and said he had a suspect gas tank anyway. So, that was his worst enemy, man. If this guy had a great gas tank and was not gassed at all, if he was still very fresh like Mayweather was, it would have been very interesting to see how the fight would have played out. But he was gassed. He could not stand his ground that well anymore. He could not defend himself that well anymore. His gas tank was his worst enemy in this fight, man. It was. If it wasn't for that, it would have been interesting to see how this fight would have played out. Again, the guy should not have anything to be ashamed of. I thought he was competitive in the fight. I thought he was winning the fight by 1 point. On my scorecard, he was. And I know some might agree, a lot might disagree. I don't know. I don't know what the public reaction has been. I have not read anything. I have not been on, have not seen the videos, been on any posts or anything. So I don't know. But the guy did a lot better than people said that he was going to do, man. People wrote this guy off like he wasn't a real fighter. And to say this was his first fight, he did well, man. If this would have been like an 8-round exhibition, Conor would have clearly, on my scorecard, if it would have went to a decision in an 8-round fight, the way this fight went, if it only went 8 rounds, Conor would have won, man. In his first fight, he was in a 12-round fight with a guy who was 49-0, man. Older guy who had been out of the ring, retired. I thought they gave him more of a chance. But, if this had been if to say this was his first fight, man, he did not even go, a simple 4 rounds like most guys do in their first fight. He didn't go 4, he didn't go 6, he didn't go 8. He was in a scheduled 12-round fight with with an all-time great, man. And this guy did well. He was winning, like I said, on my scorecard, he was winning the fight. That shit might not be popular, but that's the way I saw the fight, man. That's the way I had it judged and scored on my card, man. Floyd he easily gave up the first 4 rounds. He did. He wasn't throwing a lot. And I know people are going to say, well, that's because Floyd wasn't fighting. Floyd was letting him get tired, whatever, making excuses for Floyd, whatever. But, that's what happened, man. The guy won the first 4 rounds. He had Floyd with some good counters, nice uppercut counters. And, had the guy winning the fight, man, by 1 point at the time of stoppage. So, No shame for Conor. He did well. He should not be ashamed of his performance. Every mixed martial artist should be applauding him and patting himself on the back. I think he made the sport look good. He made the UFC look good. They have nothing to be ashamed of, man. Considering what this guy did, and he obviously had a ref against him and 3 judges, man. It was crazy, man. They did not see the fight the way that I did. At least Farhood only had Mayweather winning by 1 point. At least I can let him slide on that. But these official scores, man, no way, no way. I don't think even Moretti he had Conor with an 83 on his scorecard. So I don't even think that's giving Conor 4 rounds, man. He clearly won the first 4. Clearly. So I think that's it. I don't think I missed anything, man. Congrats to Mayweather. Congrats to Conor. You have nothing to be ashamed of. You put on a great performance. Considering this is your first fight against an all-time great. No shame in what happened. I think the gas tank, like I said, was his worst enemy, and he had the judges and a ref against him, man. That's the way I saw the fight. So I think that's it, guys. If I missed anything, I will leave a comment in the comment section. And I guess you guys let me know what you thought of the fight. I don't know. I don't. It's hard to describe how I feel about the fight, man. I don't feel wild and amazed. I don't know, man. I feel kind of. I don't feel ripped off, but I don't know. I feel kind of. I guess maybe because of the way the ref acted and the judges' scorecards and the fact that Conor ran out of gas. I think those are the disappointments for me, man. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you think. And I'll check in with you guys soon, man. Thanks for watching.